Shalom. First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Radash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing this word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping this word of sincerity and the truth. Okay, I just wanted to do a quick lesson on this. It's actually a YouTube short, but I'm not going to play it because the quote or the caption is really the main thing. And I found it interesting because I'm thinking this appears to be an Edomite woman, not for sure. I haven't even clicked on her profile or nothing, but I guess I'll do it real quick. Just appearing that she look to be an Edomite. She might not be. And she don't really look that bad. Well, she don't look bad at all, actually. I never looked at another. My first time looking, well, she looked a little crazy, but just looking at her post and everything, this is my first time even clicking on her profile because I seen that one post and that's all I did. I knew I wanted to do a caption on it. But nah, she actually looks good. No matter what she is, she actually looks really good. So I know for sure that this does not apply to her at all. But it says overworked and under-effed. And this absolutely does not apply to her at all, looking like that. But for the most part, over here in Babylon the Great, this is the experience of the people, and not even really women. It's mainly more so men. And I looked in her comments, the comments under the video, and a lot of it is, is men. And it's men giving an honest, truthfully opinion. They even saying that she must be describing her husband because it's not really applying to women. Women have dating apps. Women can go to bars, clubs, and easily get with any guy that they want to. They can get with any guy that they want to, and have sex with them. Or get money out of them and have sex with, or just get money out of them. Then they got the OnlyFans, where all these women just making money doing whatever. So this world and this society still caters and favors to women, but they're losing that power rapidly. They're really rapidly losing that power. And I will say, with the small percentage, which is going to eventually become a very large percentage that has lost that power that this society had given them, they're going to start making more and more posts like this. But this has been the male experience for the most part. Overworked and definitely under-effed, And even with, like I said, with the first one, it said she describing 95% of married men. It's even been married men that complain about their wives not doing their part, especially when it comes to sex. Their wives not supplying them. But at the same time, that's the problem with monogamous relationships. A man is not supposed to be in a monogamous relationship to begin with. We were always polygynous, where the man has multiple wives. That's just how the Lord set it up, and that's in our nature. But overworked and under-effed, this is a thing of the past. The Lord is doing away with this. As it say, this is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 22. It says, a little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. I, the Lord, will hasten it in his time. And we know Isaiah 4:1, the Lord says it's going to be 7 women to 1 man. And that's on this side. But this scripture right here is applying into the kingdom, where the Lord multiplies us greatly, and we will have a multitude upon multitude upon multitudes of children, starting with the elect and elect children's, the seed that come from the elect, the children, that generation, they're going to have children, multiple children, and that children is going to have children. It's going to continue on multiplying, because the Lord is all about multiplication, But even in captivity, even in ancient Egypt, we multiplied. I spelled it wrong. Let's see. Okay, that's not what I wanted. Here we go with this app again. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna start at verse 7 since it said, okay, this is Exodus chapter 1, verse 7. Well, yeah, verse 7. And I'm reading the AMP. It says, but the Israelites were prolific and increased increased greatly. It's like you. Let's see, prolific. It says, of plant, animal, or person producing much fruit or foliage of many offsprings. Right. So it says present in large numbers or quantity plentiful. We will always put pro-life. You know, you can associate prolific with pro-life. You know, plentiful, abundant, bountiful, plenteous. It's in our nature. But it says, and they multiplied. Over 200 years have passed since the death of Joseph, and became extremely strong, so that the land was filled with them. Now a new king arose over Egypt, who did not know Joseph, nor the history of his accomplishments. He said to the people, behold, the people of the sons of Israel are too many and too mighty for us. They greatly outnumber us. Come, let us deal shrewdly with them, so that they will not multiply in the event of war, join our enemies and fight against us, and escape from our land. So they set taskmasters over them to oppress them with hard labor. And the sons of Israel built Pithom and Ramis, and storage cities for Pharaoh. But the more the Egyptians oppressed them, the more they multiplied and expanded, so that the Egyptians dreaded and were aspirated by the Israelites. Right. And then it said, the Egyptians made the Israelites serve rigorously, first forcing them into severe slavery. Right. So they made our captivity and our bondage harder and harder. But the harder they did, the more we multiplied. And that's really, and it was men doing a lot of the heavy lifting, the heavy loads, the large work, because that's naturally what you're gonna do. You're gonna have men doing all the heavy lifting, the hard work, the hard labor. But like it said, we multiplied. But here in Babylon the Great, that's not the case. You know, because you do have a lot of men that, you know, they have children, but you still have a lot of Israelite men that don't have children. I did a lesson not too long ago. I think it said like 63% of men over here in Babylon, or I think it said like men are one of the demographics, or it was saying something. I forgot how it was worded, but it basically said 63% of men, they are the greatest demographic, or basically the men over here in Babylon the Great are becoming basically more economically efficient. It was going into something like that, and they were single. You know, basically they were single, and they were becoming more efficient. You know, basically driving, being successful, being single. You know, not having a woman. But you look at that on the other side, that's the complete opposite, because we're still overworked and underpaid. You know, even though, you know, a man, he has a better understanding of finances for the most part, and how to survive and how to take care of himself, you know, with lesser resources, because we don't need a lot of things to be comfortable. You know, we just need basically our necessities, and we good. You know, everything else would be extra. You know, it's always the man builds the house and the woman makes the house a home. You know, the man can build a house as long as he got a bed, TV, probably a gaming system, something to watch movies and food. You know, he comfortable, he good. You know, he good. But a woman, and probably something to work out with. But a woman, they will go and take that house and make it a home. You know, and add all the extra things. So, I I think that's, I can't remember everything it was going into that article, but that's kind of the basis of what it was talking about. But now, like I said, in Babylon the Great, we're overworked, and especially the Israelite man, overworked, and because the family dynamic and these women are so delusional, and these men too, but it's mainly the women who has been caught up with the philosophies in America in Babylon the Great, especially with monogamy. Because we are meant to be polygyny or polygynous, where a man has multiple wives, but because of monogamy and furthermore the delusions that America, Babylon the Great, has brought upon these people, that statement is true and it applies to men. I guarantee you 100% it does not apply to her. She can get with any man because she's an attractive woman. Whether she's an Edomite or not, she is an attractive woman. She can get with any man she wants. And look, she's on here making content. She's making all type of content. I don't know where her content goes into. But whatever her content goes into, she can get any man that she wants. Or get with any man she wants. So 100% this does not apply to her. You see, and look at what she posts. Look at what she posts. Look at her content. I'm pausing it so I don't get no copyright or anything. I don't have to do all of that. But like I said, that does not apply to this woman at all. It does not apply to this woman at all. So going back to this, overworked and under this mainly for men, and especially the Israelite men, but this is gonna be a thing of the past real soon, especially with Isaiah 4:1 around the corner, because it's going first and foremost, it's for the elect for the Lord to multiply the nation of Israel through the elect. So the elect is going to reap the benefits of everything first. But then the rest of the nation being reborn, they're going to start to reap the benefits of it too. And this is going to be a thing of the past for the Israelites. So just wanted to touch on that real quick. Like I said, I found this interesting that a woman, a very attractive woman, will make a post like this, and she probably would go at most 3 to 4 days without male validation and male attention and make something like this. Women will do something like that. Whereas a man, he would go months to a year to years without women acknowledging him, or complimenting him or whatever the case may be, wanting to get with him and, having to endure all of that. Whereas a woman would go a couple of days, a week, or even a few months. But I guarantee you within those few months, some dude probably tried to holler at her unless she was just unattractive. But nevertheless, Lord willing, was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well. Peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers out there pushing his word of sincerity and the truth. Shalom to the brothers, sisters, and children out there keeping his word of sincerity and the truth. Until next time, shalom.